During the 2020 Democratic primary, Bernie Sanders had the vast majority of voters under 45. So when Biden won the nomination, there was the obvious question, would Joe Biden be able to reach out to those voters under 45? Well, don't worry. The Biden campaign knows what to do. Medicare for all? No. Canceling student debt? No. A Green New Deal? No. Banning fracking? No. A wealth tax? No. What they have is Animal Crossing yard signs. I'm not joking. This is what the Biden-Harris campaign has just launched. From The Verge here, Biden campaign launches official Animal Crossing New Horizons yard signs. It's the campaign's latest foray into online organizing. Online organizing. Giving people the ability to put up yard signs. This stuff is so completely insane. Now, I love Animal Crossing. When it came out, I played it for a couple months. I kind of got tired of it, but people still play it. It's a great game. This is not how you get people out to vote. This doesn't do anything. Now, is it a cool little accessory in a game if you already support the campaign? Sure, I have nothing against it. But to put this out there as a way of, to showcase the way they are online organizing, as, you know, for voter outreach, to even have a press release and a news story about this is completely insane. Where's the actual substance? People need help. There is a massive pandemic, an economic crisis. Trump has completely failed. I've shown this graph a million times, but just to remind you again, daily new confirmed COVID-19 cases per 1 million people. This is the rolling 7-day average, of course, all relative per capita. Look at the U.S. cases compared to everybody else. U.S. is up here. Meanwhile, you got Italy, the U.K., Canada, South Korea, Australia, and practically every single country. They have their numbers under control. Trump does not. And in addition to that, you have millions of these Americans losing their health care that they had tied to their employer because the U.S. has this crazy system where millions have their health care tied to their employer. Completely insane. So the way to fix that would be through a single-payer Medicare for all system like Canada has. But no. Animal Crossing yard signs. If this wasn't so funny, it would be incredibly depressing. And, well, it is also incredibly depressing. Let me just read their quote here from the campaign. I mean, some of this stuff is just completely absurd. So they say here, quote, Animal Crossing is a dynamic, diverse, and powerful platform that brings communities together from across the world. It is an exciting new opportunity for our campaign to engage and connect Biden-Harris supporters as they build and decorate their islands. Christian Tom, director of digital partnerships for the Biden campaign, said in a statement to The Verge, quote, as we enter the final campaign stretch towards November, this is one way we are finding new, creative, and innovative ways to meet voters where they are and bring our supporters together. This doesn't do anything at all. The article goes on to say here, as part of the Biden-Harris campaign's plans to get the signs in front of voters, the team is seeding the designs with a handful of gaming influencers who will be sharing their gameplay with the merch throughout the day on Tuesday. This is so sad. Quote, this is just the start of how we plan to engage players ahead of November, as we're already looking forward to rolling out more digital swag, voter education tools, and organizing efforts on Animal Crossing and other platforms. Now, again, I have nothing against this. The issue is the campaign doesn't actually have any real support for people. The most they have, and by the way, the stuff they do have, so there is some climate change initiatives that Biden has improved since he won the nomination because of the Joint Policy Task Force with Bernie Sanders. There's a public option that Biden has talked about, and also a living wage or a minimum wage of $15 an hour. So the Biden campaign has some things to work with, but they're not even running on that. They're barely discussing those things. To put this out there as the press release and not offering people any actual help, trying to show people how it would be different under Biden and Harris compared to Trump and Pence, this doesn't do anything. And it's the same Democratic BS. This is the way they have treated younger voters forever, over the past 30 years, just completely dismissive. They really don't, whether it's like, celebrities or Animal Crossing merch, they don't have any actual substance for voters that need it. Now, let me show you where enthusiasm is. I covered this recently, but it's important to show people here why this race is not in the bag for Biden. So YouGov here, recent poll, Trump supporters more enthusiastic about their candidate than Biden supporters are about Biden. All you got to do here is look at enthusiastic. There you go. Biden supporters rating Joe Biden, only 40% are enthusiastic about voting for Joe Biden, compared to 68% of Trump supporters are enthusiastic about voting for Trump. So 40 compared to almost 70%. This is the massive enthusiasm gap. Now, as I've said in the past, this may not matter because people hate Trump so much, as they should. You see here, 538 shows that Biden voters who find Trump very unfavorable is at 80%, compared to Trump voters who find Biden very unfavorable at 53%. So the hatred for Donald Trump may be enough to take him to victory. But why would you bet on that? Why not also, in addition to that, try and reach those voters that don't normally vote, that 40% of the country that normally stays home, the ones that did not come out in 2016 because neither candidate excited them? Why not try to reach those people? A lot of those people being working class, younger voters. Try and reach them with some real substance. But no, Animal Crossing yard signs.